Good morning, Periscope. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Facebook replay viewers. This is my little buddy. He sort of follows me sometimes when I go for a walk. Don't know what his name is, but he's one of the street dog residents here. Good morning from the lake. This is some of our local art. I think it's a fish. Does it look like a fish to you guys? I'm not sure what that is. Huh. Anyway, good morning, replay viewers, and good morning, those of you who are here now. This is just a little stroll by the lake to invite you guys over to the Facebook page, which is Joyful Travel Info. Joyful Travel Info. My name is Alea Leyland, for those of you who don't know who I am. And I am a global citizen, and I travel throughout the world, but most recently, Lake Chapala, Mexico. And I give you guys tips and whatnot about traveling, particularly as a female solo, and also just general things about traveling. As a matter of fact, yesterday I got a private message from somebody saying, Hermoso, hi. Hi there. I got a note from somebody saying, what's the best place to find inexpensive airline tickets without having, to do that kayak, whatever the heck it is thing, where a million things pop up and you've got to have all those windows open on your browser, and without downloading a gazillion apps. So I do that kind of thing. I have information about being safe as a female solo traveler, just general stuff. And I take you guys on little excursions with me when I go places. If I go on a tour or whatever, then I share that with you guys. Show you some of the things that are interesting wherever I happen to be. And right now that's Chapala, Mexico. Hi. Oh, this is my friend. No. You guys are going now? No. No, go ahead. I was not prepared. I was just wandering. Her husband has a canoe. That's him out there. And they are going on a little excursion. And I'm a big chicken. But they are awesome people. Awesome. They invited me for Thanksgiving. And I was in the doldrums, and so I didn't go. And today I guess I'm in the doldrums and I'm not going out on the lake. I'm just a big wimp. I probably should have gone, huh, guys? You guys would have liked that, right? I know. I'm a wimp. Can't we just watch him from here? Oh, Mexico is wonderful. I don't know who may have, hi there, I don't know who may have influenced your view, but Mexico is wonderful. The people are wonderful. The climate is wonderful. I can't think of anything that's not good. Hola. Yeah, it's a beautiful country. It's a beautiful country with beautiful people. And, it's kind of interesting that wherever you go, there you are. Yes, it is safe. I have heard a lot of stories in the news, in the U.S. news, about people having problems in Mexico, tourists having problems in Mexico. I've been here 6 months, And I have yet to have a problem or meet anybody firsthand who has had a problem. So I'm going to say it's safe in Mexico, and that just like they do in the U.S., the news people um, make it, they make up stuff. They tell you things that are not. See, this is what I'm from Chapala, but I've lived in Guadalajara. I missed the rest of that. I like Guadalajara. I haven't been there very often. Okay, see, this is where these guys are going. I have been to Guadalajara a few times, but not very often. I guess these guys are going to go out around the reeds. Her husband really enjoys rowing. Well, there's bad parts to every country. Somebody said, for those of you who are watching this on replay, somebody said I'm not in the bad part of Mexico, and that's why I haven't experienced any of the bad things in Mexico. And that could very well be true. I think that wherever you go, there you are. And I don't think that I'm from Guadalajara, and it is a nice city. And I have several Mexican friends who live in different places. I lived in San Felipe for almost a year, and my experience has been that Mexico is a safe and happy place. I'm in the right city to live. Thank you. I enjoy it here. It's beautiful here. And, about being global, you're very correct. Have a nice day. Oh, thank you. Follow me on Facebook on Joyful Travel Info. And yeah, it would be nice to have you there and see you there. Um, yeah, I think it's what you make it. Look at these guys. They're so cute out there. Thanks. I look forward to seeing you. It's Joyful Travel Info on Facebook. You got to put the info in there, or you'll get something else entirely. So JoyfulTravelinfo. Joyful Travel Info. Those guys look like they're having fun out there, don't they? Acapulco's the best place. I don't know about Make America Great Again. America is North and South America. So that's the Western Hemisphere, and in my world, it has already been great. Many people talk bad things about my Mexico. Mexico is a beautiful place, and like I said, the people are amazing. They are kind, they are loving, they are helpful. They're the hardest working people I have ever seen. I think that places that have attracted a lot of gringos from the U.S. in particular, that brought with them their bad attitudes, might not be as nice as other places. Um, like I said, I haven't been there. I haven't been to Acapulco, so I don't know what it's like there. I know what it's like in the places I've been. I've been to San Felipe. I've been here in Chapala. I've been around the lake. I've been in Guadalajara. I think that you are as safe as you believe you are, no matter where you are. And I think that common sense prevails no matter where you are. So, if you're going to walk down the street in if you're going to walk down the street in Watts in Los Angeles at midnight wearing diamonds and flashing your money, then yeah, it's going to be a dangerous place. But even in some place like Watts, which has a reputation of being a bad place, if you're there in the middle of the day acting like a sane human being and not bothering anybody, chances are you're going to be okay. But it's a matter of common sense when traveling, and that's one of the things that I try to share with people on the Global Travel site, the Joyful Travel Info site, is how to stay safe out there. There are a lot of gangs on the streets. There are a lot of gangs on the streets everywhere. We've got more gangs on the streets in Los Angeles and New York and San Francisco probably than most countries have anywhere. So it's a matter of common sense. You can stay in your living room and never leave and watch television and experience the world through Periscope, and I am happy to share the world with you through Periscope. Or you can get out and be in the world. And people have just as much problem sitting in their living room, if they're living in a bad neighborhood and somebody breaks in and, kills them or beats them up or whatever, as they have walking around on the street. Yeah, it's beautiful here. It's very beautiful here. And people are out in the morning enjoying the morning sun. The winter is here, and so for the Mexicans, it's actually cold. Look at this little puppy. Look at this little guy. He's out enjoying the morning. He's a cute little guy. But yeah, I think that danger and safety is relative. There was a woman who lives next to the American Legion here, and someone broke in her house while she was sleeping and beat her up and took her valuables. Okay? That made the news. That was a big deal. Everybody was talking about it. Now, by the same token, a couple, which you're told not to drive in Mexico at night, and part of that is because they don't have the cattle guards that we have on the roads, and so cows and horses and whatever other livestock wanders out onto the road at night. And if you're zipping along at 80 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour, even 40 miles an hour, and you run into a 1,500-pound cow, you're going to have a problem. The cow's going to have a problem, and you're going to have a problem. So they tell people not to drive at night, okay? So this couple was driving from Laredo, I think, to Chapala, which is an overnight trip, and they decided they were going to try to push through and drive during the nighttime. And they ended up having a problem. Something happened to their vehicle. So they were stuck on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere with a broke down car. And the car was loaded. I do live in Chapala. They were stuck on the side of the road with a broke down car that was loaded with all of their valuables that they had picked up in Laredo or wherever it was. They were too far away from a hotel. Their car wouldn't run. They were afraid to leave the car, etc., etc., etc. Along comes a little Mexican person who says, "I can help you." And they had no other choice but to trust. And so they were like, okay. So this guy that wandered along went back, got his friend. They got a vehicle of some sort, hooked it to my friend's vehicle, towed them to their house, put them up in their house. They were kind of scared because, all their valuables are in their vehicle, but, they had no other choice. Put them up in their house, fed them, and the next morning went out and found somebody to fix their vehicle, and they were on their way. Now, did you hear about that? No. No one said a word about that. That wasn't in the news. It wasn't on Facebook. It wasn't anywhere. But there are more instances of that occurring than there are instances of somebody breaking into somebody's house and beating them up and taking their stuff. So it depends on what you choose to focus on. And if you choose to focus on the bad stuff, trust me, it's out there. And if you choose to focus on the good stuff, it's out there. And I choose to focus on the good stuff. And in my experience, Mexico is safe. And it has beautiful things like this gorgeous egret who's looking for his breakfast. Um, Most of the mornings I do a broadcast from the roof and from the rooftop. But today I had to go empty the trash, and so I thought I would come down here and talk to you guys. Um, yeah, I suppose, I am choosing to not be in the US for the next 4 years at least, during the Trump regime. I am a brown person, if you haven't seen my picture. Um, my skin tone is brown, and it's not a safe place for U.S. in the U.S. for black people, brown people, gay people, women people. Um, Again, it's just like what I was saying about Mexico. You kind of carry your safety with you, but the U.S. is so random right now. The Trump followers are, uh, I don't know, drunk with power. I don't know what the deal is, but yeah. And you know, my how many years? 60 years in the U.S. has been relatively okay. I have ran into racism here and there. I've learned to live with it. I was born brown in the U.S., and so when you do learn to live with bigotry and prejudice. I was born in the South, and you just learn to function. You learn to cope, and if you learn well, you also survive. But the latest rash of hangings and beatings and all this stuff, I just would rather be somewhere else. And I have seen all 50 states in the U.S., and I have traveled throughout the U.S., and I've gone to Canada, and I'm currently in Mexico. But I would like to see the rest of the planet. I want to see what the rest of the planet has to offer. And so, because of that, I had chosen in February of 2016 to travel this year. But now that Trump has managed to become the U.S. President, I'm going to travel for the next 4 years. And that'll give me a chance to see Europe. It'll give me a chance to see Southeast Asia. It will give me a chance to see the rest of the world and see what it's like. I've been to Southeast Asia. I did not spend as much time there as I wanted to. So this will give me an opportunity. And that's what I'm looking at it as. I'm thinking that it's going to be quite nice to see what the rest of the world is like and meet new people. I've met wonderful people here in Mexico, expats and locals, and it's been amazing. Where am I? I'm at Lake Chapala, Mexico. It's in central Mexico, near about it's about 45 minutes to an hour from Guadalajara, which is a large city, and then it's about 4 hours from Mexico City by bus. Yeah, it's beautiful here. And the lake is full right now. When I first got here, the lake was see where the grass is out there? That's where the shoreline was. But it's rained. They've had a really nice rainy season. And so the lake has filled up, and they're cleaning all of the seagrass and stuff from along the shoreline. So it's going to be beach-like, at least for a few weeks until the lake starts to empty again. UK also slowly getting. Oh, I missed that. The sun is shining on my screen, and so I'm having a little trouble reading the screen sometimes. But if you put that up again, I'd love to respond to it. Yeah. So the lake will be really nice. I've seen people actually swimming in it. And I think that's safe. I don't think they dump icky stuff in the lake here, because it seems like all of the buildings and whatnot are a little ways back from the lake. I'll show you guys. See, this is the Malecon, and the lake is there, and then there's the beach part, and then there's the boardwalk or the Malecon, and then these are restaurants and houses along the lake. And I've been house sitting down by the lake. Hello, how are you? And so I've been sharing uh, this little bit of the lake with you guys on the days that I'm down here. I'll be back over a little bit further inland, about, I don't know, 3 or 4 blocks from the lake, which makes it harder for me to wander down here early in the morning. So, game. I don't know what that is. So, I guess I'm going to hop off here. I just wanted to pop on for a minute and say hi. Tell you guys to join me on Joyful Travel Info, Joyful Travel Info on Facebook to get all the latest goodies. See, those guys were out there a long time. I probably would not have wanted to be out in that boat that long. So I think I'm glad I didn't go. Those guys are really sweet, though. They are very, very sweet. They're nice people. I said the UK is slowly getting away from the liberal view of globalist government also. You know, and I find that to be sad. I don't know what has happened that we've got so many people in leadership roles in government that are suddenly afraid of everybody else. You know, we should be going closer together instead of pulling apart. So I don't get that. I don't understand the logic behind the mistrust and everything. Well, but it's not about the government. It's not about the globalist government. For those of you who are watching this and don't see the comments, someone said on the comments that the globalist governments are corrupt. All governments are corrupt, but it's not about the governments. It's about the people. It's about your neighbor. It's about the person walking next to you on the street. It's about the person driving next to you in the car. It's about the person who is sitting next to you on the bus. It's not about the government. Government's job is to create infrastructure. It's to create highways and fire departments and health departments and you know, I don't know, airports. It is to create a foundation for us to live, for everyone on the planet to live. People they confuse government with citizenry, and the citizenry is just you and me. And if we pull ourselves in, if we, remove ourselves from our neighbors, am I preaching? Oh my God. If we move ourselves, if we seclude ourselves from our neighbors and we become distrustful and we start to attack each other because we don't like the government, we're hurting ourselves. And I think that's part of what has happened. I know it's what has happened in the U.S. You know, you drive down the street, you drive someplace in the U.S., and, you know, because you are brown, you get attacked. Because you are brown, the police pull you over and beat you up and arrest you and possibly kill you. It's ridiculous. The police are part of the government, but the people are the ones that are important, not the government. And so I think if we remember that, if we remember that the world consists of individuals, not government entities, not police departments, not immigration, not the presidency, not, you know, none of that. Those people hopefully are put in place in order to help us have a good infrastructure. However, they are representative of who and where we are. So if they are corrupt, I'm Mexican American, never had an issue with police beating me. Good for you. Good for you. I have never had the police beat me. I have had them harass me. And I'm Black American. And I think that it depends on where you are, what your consciousness is, and where you remember to go. Why do black men and women join the police department? Probably because they want to be on the side of the people who are abusing rather than being abused. I don't know, because I would never choose to be a policeman. Not ever. It is a beautiful place, isn't it? Yeah, I would never choose to be a police person. I would choose to be a fire person, because I think that they save people. Um, but I don't have that need to have power over, so I would not. Do I need chocolate? Is that Ronnie? Of course I need chocolate. Hey, you guys, we have a guy down here that sells chocolate. He sells the best chocolate. The police are overstepped by not recognizing our constitutional rights anymore. That's true, but they have been empowered by the whoever it was that said the government's corrupt. The police have been empowered by the government. All women need chocolate. That's true. And the cases of abuse has increased even since this current regime has been elected. So, I think that that the government does reflect the 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 attitude of the people, but the people reflect the attitude of the government. It's a circle, but that doesn't mean that everyone has to be a part of that. If you don't want to be a part of that, then remove yourself from the situation. I don't want to be a part of that, so I removed myself from the U.S. I removed myself to Mexico and on to Germany and Italy and wherever else I end up in the next 4 years. And even when the U.S. was a little bit less crazy than it is now, but it was pretty crazy, I moved myself to Hawaii because in Hawaii, the incidence of racial profiling and inequality was less there. And so I put myself to where it was less. How is the water? Is there swimming or fishing? Yes, there is both. I've seen people swimming here. I don't think I would get in the water. It's kind of shallow, and I like swimming pools. Anytime a good person in politics comes along, they get shot. Yeah, it seems. And particularly in the U.S., it seems that they are. But you know what? We had Obama for 8 years, and he survived, and God bless him. I prayed for him every day. I prayed for him every day. Um, JFK, yeah, I was a little girl when he passed away, when he was killed, and I cried. He gave me more hope than I think I have ever experienced since, in that he brought everybody together for the space program, which was wonderful. I love Obama. He's had it rough. Yes, he has. But he survived, and hopefully, these last 2 or 3 months, he will make it. I've got my fingers crossed, and I think that it went gray. What went gray? I missed that. I don't understand. Did I move the camera in some kind of weird way? You never can tell. Yeah, Obama survived. Clinton survived. The Bush brothers, I don't know. Well, he had to work with a corrupt politician in office. It's going to be hard to clean up. Um, yeah, you know, we all have our pictures of what we think it looks like, and the fake news sites, I think, give us a lot of information that's not real, and we have to just figure out what feels right for us and what resonates for us. They stopped a lot of what Obama wanted to do. Yeah, they did, and but still, he got a lot done. Oh my God, he got a lot done. This country would be miles ahead if he had had cooperation, but he didn't. And so, he did what he could, and that's all you can do. That's all you can do. Here come my friends back. Look, there they are on their little boat. I tell you, this is a cool lake. It's a very cool lake. CNN and Fox are paid by all of the globalist government to feed info. Yeah, I think they probably are. So you have to have your own news sources. Obama cares. We have to have our own news sources. Al Jazeera News is a good one. A lot of the pundits out there, like Alex Jones and Rush Limbaugh and Fox News and, Glenn Beck and all of those guys, I think it is the biggest lake in the country. Yes, it is. I think that they are choosing. Yes. Well, I don't know if that's a problem, though. Okay, let me back up. I'm trying to answer and continue a thought. Those places are all owned by the same companies, and so they put out consistent, agreeing news for the most part. CNN seems to be more liberal than Fox News, but they both, are slanted. So when you get the news from outside of the U.S., and if you have a VPN, so they can hide it no more because you're all letting it. Yeah, okay, so they slant the news however they kind of want it to look, and they try to make people believe whatever it is that they want them to believe. But we have Al Jazeera, we have the internet, we have people, citizen journalists. It's me for the first time. Aren't you proud? I am very proud. Is that Linda? Oh my God. Linda, is that you? Tap on the screen and give me hearts. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, that's so cool. That's my friend Linda. She has a new iPhone and she's learning how to use it. Yeah, so, when you have citizen journalists, when you have Al Jazeera News, when you have a VPN, which is very important. If you don't know what a VPN is, virtual proxy network is what it's called. And if you have that, that gives you the opportunity to gather news and information as if you were outside of the U.S. And, or outside of wherever you are. Oh my goodness, I just watched a bird catch a fish, and I didn't show you guys because my camera was pointed in the wrong direction. Enjoyed the view and the chat. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much. I will be off here pretty soon. I'm going to go back inside and get breakfast. I came out to dump the trash, and I've been out here, 40 minutes? Oh my God. But we've had a good talk, haven't we? It's been great. Okay, guys, again, let me, I'm going to flip the camera. Well, after I finish making your ears go weird, I'm going to flip the camera around so I can say good morning and goodbye. And then, hello. Hi there. Try the Paris Cafe. I love the Paris Cafe. But this time I'm going to go have breakfast at my little place. I've got a Spanish tortilla and a bowl of fruit that is waiting for me with my name on it. So I am going to hop off here. Follow me on Joyful Travel Info. Joyful Travel Info on Facebook. I will talk to you guys later. Love you much. Aloha, namaste, and adios.